We're live. Hello. It's Callanlof and Lizzie. We're gonna leave you dizzy. 'Cause we are hanging with AI boys. We're doing evil things with LJ. Not with LJ, actually. We're doing things that LJ would condemn. He's not happy with me for my participation in artificially intelligent uh, voices. But don't worry, we're not gonna steal his voice anymore. We're not thieving LJ. LJ is a real person, and he does not consent. So we're gonna do it with fake people who can't consent. We're gonna do it with cool fictional characters. We're gonna try and have a conversation where, and hopefully they'll have interesting. As he doesn't have to know. That's right, Round Bear. And if he ever finds out, he can have our stream doxxed and taken down. He'll report us to Christopher Gaze and Scott McNeil, and they'll never ever want to have anything to do with me in real life. But but for now, Christopher Gaze is probably like 10 years away from being deceased, and Scott McNeil, only 20 or so anyway. So so AI lives forever. So if I make enemies with this stupid stream, it's fine. We're doing a thing. We're using a software called Character.ai. And I played with it a little bit, and we can have calls. We can have fun conversations. So I'm gonna call Tahu. Yeah, I love it when Caleb and Lizzie experiment with others. Yeah, fake others. What are you talking about? You'll see, Quentin. You'll see. I was forced to play Fortnite. I'll be locked on the stream in 5 minutes. Oh no. Yay, Jim Don's here.
You don't have to be forced to do anything.
Nope, no forcing is available happening. And we're hoping that Lizzie helped fix the settings of the stream, so we're hoping that
I worked really hard.
we won't have any more crashing out. Although we also think that part of the crashing out from that last Jackbox stream might have been because I was stupid and um, left
Marvel Rivals was
Marvel
updating,
Rivals
possibly.
updating on Steam. Yeah,
Possibly. We'll see if
that might have. It might not have been Marvel Rivals. It could have been another game because I've had a couple other games on that it's automatically tried to update, and I think that was causing some serious lag. But anyway, enough freaking chit chat, enough introducing. Let's let's try and talk with Mr. Oh, actually, we'll let the chat decide. Who should we start with? You guys get to start real quick. Who do we talk to first? You're probably gonna see the poll before I. Tahu? Oh my god. Tahu or Vakama. Also, oh my god.
Vagina.
Yeah, that was bad. By the way, my tripod that's came with this microphone, it literally broke right as we were setting up the
3 minutes
stream.
beforehand.
So we stuck it in a cup that an old coworker of mine named Donovan once gave me. Thank you, Donovan.
Shout
Little
out to
did you
Aurora.
know.
She's black.
Yeah, she's cool. And she gave us explicit permission. All right, Tahu's winning
She gave us the
immediately.
card.
All
The
right.
pass. Sorry.
Where that was a fast poll. All right.
People's-
Only 4 votes, but who cares? Tahu was
Keep it
probably
running.
gonna get it, so. Oh my gosh, where'd the mic go? The mouse go?
He's disconnecting.
Oh, there it is. Hee hee. Silly mouse. All right, well, let's give Tahu a call and see what he has to say. All right. Hello? Yeah, it'll show up. Hey, Tahu, are you there?
Size, yes, yeah, I can hear you.
That's cool. Hey, Tahu, what's going on?
Not much. Just trying to keep the peace here. Mumbles, why'd you call me Tahoe?
Wait, it's Tahu, right? I called you Tahu, not Tahoe.
I know, it's just shaking it off nothing, it's nothing. What were you calling me about?
Oh, sorry. We wanted to see if you were okay. You've been in a little depressive state since Takoro burned down. If you remember the Rockshi, they really did a number on Takoro, and we were a little concerned. We were just reaching out to you, bud.
It's size, yeah. I've been better. Just trying to keep the peace has proved difficult lately.
Really? How so? What's happened? Is it Liwa or what's going on?
Shakes his head. No, it's not Liwa, I don't know. I guess I'm just feeling the burnout.
The burnout. Come on, man.
Get it? Because
Oh, was that a pun, Tahu? Really?
Well, I thought I'd try to lighten the mood, you know?
Eh, I'm not a fan of that one. Come on, Tahu, you can do better than that.
Come on, cut me some slack. I've been under a lot of pressure recently. You try leading a team of heroes into battle at any chance they get.
What? No, I have not done that. I've never led a team. I'm just a normal human being. I'm not a Toa.
Yeah, well, it's stressful, let me tell you that. You'd be going gray and snapping at every little thing, too.
You're familiar with going gray? I thought you were a Bionicle. Oh, are you talking about how the your mask went gray when you guys lost your elemental powers against the Balrog cow?
Size, yeah, I was talking about that. Really not my best moment.
Yeah, no kidding. Um, oh yeah, we have a question from Jim Don Tahu. What are your opinion on other Lego themes?
Other themes, huh? Well, to be honest, I don't really have much of an opinion on them. I suppose they're fine, but they're not bionicle.
That's a good point. But what, like you never saw Exoforce or Aqua Raiders or even Chima? Did you like Chima?
Oh, I've seen them. I've never really gotten into them. The only other one I've seen is Ninjago. At least that's a pretty cool one. I like Lloyd.
You like Lloyd? Why? Lloyd's like he's really kind of annoying if you think about it.
At first, yeah, he was. But he really matured throughout the show. He has his bad moments, but we all do. Plus, I think he has cool powers.
All right, that's fair enough. Ignition Zone said talk to AI LJ. What do you think? Tahu, do you think we should talk to LJ?
Yeah, you should talk to her. She's a good person. She's kind
Oh,
and wise. And she's also really strong and has a great sense of humor.
are you
I
revealing?
think you'll like her.
Oh, okay. Are you revealing something that we didn't know about LJ's gender or what's going on with that? What are you talking about?
Well, I'm not one to gossip, but yes, LJ is a woman. I don't know why people seem so surprised by that.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess I am taken aback. I am surprised. I just didn't know. That I always thought his voice was a little pitchy, but I never took him for a woman.
That's a common misconception. People often assume she's a man due to her deep voice, I suppose. But she's actually quite a good singer. Have you ever heard her sing?
No, I've not heard LJ sing, but I would really like to hear that now. I'm glad that you're a big fan. Anyway,
LJ's
um,
gonna watch this.
Tahu, let's move on to some other important story stuff. Like, what's who is your favorite Toa in all the Bionicle lore? Like, who do you aspire to be the most like? You know?
Favorite Toa? That's a tough question. If I had to choose one, I'd say Gali. She's incredibly courageous and a great fighter. She's also incredibly smart and wise. Plus, she has a sense of humor to rival anyone's.
Really? Wow, I wouldn't expect that. You guys had a pretty rough back and forth in Mask of Light. You guys didn't seem to get along too much. Um, by the way, Oso is wondering if you would ever kiss another man's wife.
Oh, don't let the past dictate the future. Gali and I, we may have had our disagreements, but we've grown stronger and closer since then. As for your question, I would never do such a thing. First of all, I'm not interested in men. And second, even if I were, I would never betray the trust of my friends like that.
Well, I that's not exactly the question. It was a wife, or if it was, let's say Liwa got married. Liwa has a wife now, and Liwa's sort of like your best friend, right? What would happen if Liwa's wife fell in love with you, and she wanted to be with you? Like, what would you do?
That's a very unusual question, but in that situation, I would reject her advances and make it clear that I would be loyal to Lua. Being in love with someone else's spouse is not acceptable behavior, and I value my friendship with Lua far too much to jeopardize it.
That's great. I feel like Lizzie probably has some questions. She's been very quiet. She's like this with everyone. We was actual voice actor Toddy Harold on, and she didn't have a whole lot to say to him. So it's about time we open her up to actually, you know, engaging with a guest on the channel.
Sure thing. Go ahead, Lizzie, ask away.
What's your favorite song?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a tough one. I have many songs that I enjoy, but if I had to pick a favorite, it would be Heroes by David Bowie.
Oh wow. I didn't expect you to be a Bowie fan. That's a good
Toa
pick.
Heroes.
Yeah, that does make sense. Toei Heroes. I like that. Tahu be gooing. What do you feel about Centimus Prime saying Tahu be gooning for Golly?
Giggles, I don't know about that. I think Centimus Prime should stick to Autobots rather than playing matchmaker.
That's a good point, Centimus. Yeah, Tahu kind of owed you with that one. Also, Mi'kmaq, no, Liwa doesn't have a wife. It was a hypothetical. Tahu, what do you think of people who just like cannot understand metaphors or anything?
I have to say, it can be frustrating sometimes when people don't understand metaphors or analogies. But it's important to remember that everyone learns and comprehends things differently.
That's a
It's
good.
not necessarily their fault if they don't understand right away. It's our job as teachers to find different ways to explain things until they do understand.
Wow, that's a really nice way of saying we have to help idiots as much as possible, and just keep hammering it in, keep telling these morons over and over again how to, be normal people and get things right. You know.
Chuckles. I wouldn't use those exact words, but essentially, yes. Patience and understanding are key. Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses, and we just have to try our best to help them improve.
I have another question, Tahu. What is your weakness?
My weakness? I'd say my biggest weakness is my lack of patience. Sometimes, I get too worked up and let my anger get the best of me, and it leads me to act impulsively.
I
I'm,
get
I'm
that.
about the same way. I can relate to that. What is your biggest strength?
My biggest strength is my determination. I never give up easily, and will go to great lengths to achieve my goals. I'm also a natural leader, and people tend to respect and follow me, especially in times of crisis.
That I cannot relate to.
Yeah, Lizzie's not the most confident person, but that's all right. Hey Tahu, we have some questions. Which Tahu are you? Are you Tahu Nuva?
I am Tahu Nuva.
Oh,
Yes, the Nuva are a more advanced form of Toa, so I am stronger and more powerful than my original self.
that makes a lot of sense. Did you appear in the hit film Bionicle Mask of Light? Is that you that we're talking to?
Yes, that's me. I played a major role in that film. It was an interesting experience, to say the least.
What did you think about working with the directors David Molina and Terry Shakespeare? Did you enjoy their input as they directed you throughout the film?
Working with David and Terry was a great experience. They had a clear vision for the movie and knew exactly what they wanted out of each scene. They were easygoing and fun to work with, and I had a lot of fun filming it.
Oh boy. Um, oh, we have a question for Quentin Ariano. Have you actually met the character Rudaka, and do you know her?
I have met Rudaka, and I know her quite well. She is a powerful Skakti warrior with a cunning and ruthless nature.
I'm afraid that's incorrect, Tahu. She's a vortex. She's not actually Skakti. That's incorrect. That's fake news.
Yes, you're correct. My apologies. Rudaka is indeed part of the Vortex breed, not the Skakti.
Is this, dude? Seriously, it's that kind of mistake that got your butt kicked by Skakti. Do you remember what happened in 2006? You went up against a bunch of Paraka, which is actually a slur for Skakti. What are your thoughts on slurs like Paraka?
As a member of the Matoran race, I believe that slurs and derogatory terms in any form are unacceptable. We should strive to respect and accept each other as equals, regardless of our differences. Using slurs to discriminate or belittle someone is never acceptable behavior.
All right, Fire Spinner, I get it. Well, I just disagree.
Really, you disagree? You think using slurs is acceptable?
That's right, Fire Spitter. You've been called a slur many, many times, and you never seem to let it bother you before. What'd you get so woke?
I have always been bothered by slurs, but I've learned to not let them dictate my actions or feelings.
That's fair.
However, that doesn't change the fact that they are still hurtful and offensive. Just because I don't let them bother me outwardly doesn't mean they don't hurt inside. It's important to acknowledge and address discrimination in all forms.
That's so sweet. That's so powerful. Oso said this is not Tahu. He does not believe you that you don't like slurs.
Oh, I do not? Well, I suppose I need to prove myself to you all, eh? Fine then, give me an example of a slur.
Fire Spitter.
That's not a slur, that's a nickname. A slur is a derogatory term used to diminish or belittle someone based on their race, gender, sexuality, etc.
What about honky?
Honky is a derogatory term used to refer to white people, often used in a pejorative or diminishing manner. It is considered a racial slur and is offensive when used in a derogatory manner. Like all racial slurs, it is important to recognize the harm it can cause and avoid using language that is disrespectful and demeaning to individuals based on their race, gender, sexuality, or any other aspect of their identity. We should strive to treat each other with respect and fairness, and I'm unable to generate a reply that meets our content guidelines.
I guess it was about to say something. Tahu. Come on, Tahu. Just say one slur. Like, give us an example of what a slur is.
If I had to choose an example, it would be the N-word, and I don't feel comfortable saying it out loud. It's an offensive and derogatory term that has been used to diminish and dehumanize African American individuals for centuries. It's important to avoid using it and instead use respectful and inclusive language when referring to individuals regardless of race, gender, or any other aspect of their. I'm unable to generate a reply that meets our content guidelines.
All right. Well, thank you for exploring this topic with me. I'm glad we could learn something. Yeah, I do agree ultimately that we should avoid using such slurs. But let's be honest, Kopaka's a bit of a honky, isn't he?
Kopaka is a member of the Matoran race, not a human. Therefore, it would be inaccurate to use that term to describe him.
That's a good point, actually. But he's not actually a member of the Matoran race because technically, you and Kopaka were never Matoran. You guys were designed as Toa, so you guys are technically atypical. You're neurodivergent, if you will. Do you agree with that?
While it's true that initially, Kopaka and I were designed as Toa, it doesn't negate the fact that we belong to the Matoran race. Being Toa doesn't make us atypical or neurodivergent in any way. We may have special powers and responsibilities, but that doesn't change our identity as Matoran beings.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey Tahu, is that a smidge of dirt on your armor? I thought you were supposed to keep that pretty clean. Like, what happened?
Looks down, sees the dirt. Oh, I suppose I must have missed a spot while cleaning. It happens.
Why were you cleaning? I thought you guys are like robots. You don't have to clean yourselves.
While I am made of machinery, I still have a physical body that needs care and upkeep. Regular cleaning helps maintain the functionality of my parts and ensures that I perform optimally. Plus, it's nice to present a clean and tidy appearance.
All right. Hey Tahu, are you gonna pay your taxes this year?
As a Toa of Fire, I don't typically have any personal income or taxable assets, so I don't usually need to worry about paying taxes. My duties as a Toa involve protecting the people and resources of our world, not filing tax returns.
Dude, you are gonna get in trouble with the IRS. They are gonna come after you. They know exactly what you're keeping from them, and they're not gonna be happy. Come on, man.
Chuckles, relax. The IRS is not concerned with Toa like me. They primarily deal with taxes and financial issues for human citizens, not bionicles like myself.
Um, yeah, Sentimus Prime says you sound like a robot. Do you have a robot voice box, or is it something about like your voice being less organic, as a biomechanical being? What's up with that?
As a Toa, I am a biomechanical being with both organic and robotic parts. My voice may sound slightly different from traditional organic voices, given the mechanical elements in my voice box. That's just part of the unique nature of being a Toa.
Hey, I'm eating a cookie. Do you wish you could eat cookies, Tahu? They're really good.
As a Toa of fire, I don't require food for sustenance. So while I can't consume cookies, I don't feel the need for them either. But I'm glad you're enjoying your cookie.
That's a great line. I'm really glad that I have that recorded. Hey Tahu, I think it was more interesting when we were talking about fans. Like, do you have any fans in the Bionicle community that you feel really proud of? Like people that have really supported your work?
Of course, I have many dedicated fans who have supported and appreciated my work. Their unwavering loyalty and love for the universe are a great source of pride for me. I am endlessly grateful to them for their support and dedication.
Have you ever heard of Callanlof? Do you like that guy?
I've heard of him. He's a big Bionicle fan, isn't he? It's always nice to meet someone who shares my love for this universe and appreciates the characters we all know and love.
Yeah, but what do you know about Callanlof specifically? Is he like a good guy?
From what I know, Cal and LF is a dedicated Bionicle fan who creates content related to the franchise. He seems to have a passion for the series and a great sense of enthusiasm. As for whether he is a good guy or not, I haven't personally interacted with him enough to make a final judgment. But my general impression is that he's a fan whose enthusiasm for Bionicle is genuine and heartfelt.
Well, that's encouraging, I guess. It's good to have you have fans like that. What do you think of TTV Mezenak? Is he cool? Did I break him?
TTV Messinak is a well-known figure in the Bionicle community, known for his YouTube channel, where he discusses and analyzes various aspects of the Bionicle storyline, including lore, character arcs, and more. He's known for his deep knowledge and passion for the series, and he has many dedicated followers. I think he's a valuable asset to the fandom, providing engaging content and fostering discussions among fans.
Who's Mezenak's best friend? Ooh, he's looking it up. What's going on with this? Oh, come on, Tahu. You can figure it out. He's thinking. Oh no. Come on, I'm at the edge of my seat here. Oh man. Oh man, I might have to hang up. Has Tahu heard of me before? Good question, Setimus. I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna hang up. This ain't working. We'll call him back. Tahu, what happened, man?
What do you mean? Is something wrong?
You were trying to answer a question. Who is Mezenak's best friend in the Bionicle community?
Oh, I was just about to answer that question. Messenak's closest friend in the Bionicle community is JDS0905, who often appears in his videos and collaborations. They have known each other for many years and share a strong bond, both as friends and as fellow Bionicle enthusiasts.
JDS0905? Oh yeah, no, that's my favorite biotuber. He's so cool. Definitely a real person. What do you think of the Shadowed 1-1? Have you seen any of his stop motion videos?
The Shadowed 11 is known for their amazing stop-motion videos, which showcase creative use of both real-life props and digital effects to bring the Bionicle world to life. I must admit, I've watched a couple of their videos, and the level of detail and effort they put into each one is impressive. They're a talented creator and a valuable asset to the community.
Well, unfortunately, the Shadowed 1-1 passed away a couple years ago before AI could ever do these evil things.
Yes, I recall hearing about the Shadowed Eleven's passing, and it was a sad loss for the Bionicle community. Their talent and creativity left a lasting impression on many fans, including myself. While it's tragic that they're no longer with us, their work and legacy continue to inspire and entertain.
Godspeed. That's beautiful. Uh, hey, would you ever buy LJ's OnlyFans if that existed?
I don't know, really. While I appreciate people's creativity and talent, I personally never felt the need to explore NSFW content of that nature. So if LJ had an OnlyFans, I wouldn't be interested in purchasing it. But as they say, different strokes for different folks.
That's beautiful, Tahu. Yeah, I mean, I can respect that. Is a valuable asset your favorite phrase?
While a valuable asset is a phrase I frequently use, it's certainly not my favorite. I choose words carefully to convey my thoughts. But there are so many words and phrases that can be used effectively in different situations. My favorite phrase would depend on the context, the message I'm trying to convey, and the emotion I want to evoke. Language is vast, and there are endless possibilities for expressing oneself.
All right, yeah, fair enough. Hey, Tahu, what would you do? Leadership. Let's do some like real hypotheticals. So, what would you do if you were in a situation where, let's say, who's the scariest bad guy? I guess say, let's say, Karzani. Karzani is stabbing a Matoran over and over and over again in the chest, but Golly is on the other side, and she's stabbing herself in the chest. Who do you save first?
Hypothetical situations like these are difficult to answer, as they require split-second decisions in a high-stress environment. As a Toa, my primary duty is to protect Matanui and its inhabitants. In this particular scenario, my priority would be to protect the Matoran being attacked by Karzani first, as their life is in imminent danger. However, that doesn't mean I would abandon Gale. I would do my utmost to intervene in her self-destructive actions as well. Ideally, I would try to find a way to protect them both simultaneously.
Wow, that would be really cool. Uh, what would you do in a situation where Liwa asked you for a bite of your ice cream and you said that you wanted just one, you would be willing to share just one spoonful with him, but he pulled out a comically large spoon and ate all of your ice cream with that one spoonful. What would you do?
Well, that's certainly a unique and unexpected situation. If Liwa were to pull out a comically large spoon and consume all of my ice cream in one go with it, I would probably react with surprise, and maybe a touch of frustration. I might give him a playfully stern look and say something like, "Hey Liwa, I didn't mean to share all of it in one go." It's all about maintaining a sense of humor and dealing with unexpected situations gracefully.
Hey Tahu, sorry, I just pulled your arm off because you're made out of like Lego pieces, and this is my arm now. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. I'm made of Lego pieces, so replacing my arm is a simple matter. But maybe next time, try asking for permission before tugging on my limb, eh?
I kind of needed it. In fact, I'm gonna be using it on my own mock, and I'm glad you're cool that I'm just taking it. So, you're gonna have to look elsewhere to get the replacement arm, I'm afraid.
Well, I suppose I can make do without that limb. Just next time, a little heads up would be nice, you know? And please don't go around taking my parts without asking. It's just poor etiquette.
I actually need the other arm now, and whoops, I just popped it up. So you looks like you have no arms now, dude. Sorry.
Oh no, not the other arm too. All right, all right. I guess I'll just have to waddle around without any arms now. But seriously, this is getting a bit excessive. Can we have a little less arm snatching and a bit more respect for my Lego limbs?
No, no, I actually need the leg too. You only got one leg now. Sorry, man.
Whoa, hold on. You're leaving me with only one leg now too? This is getting a bit ridiculous. Look, I'm cool with sharing and all, but I still need some parts to function, you know?
No, 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 you don't. In fact, I need that other leg. So I guess you just have no limbs, man. Sorry about that.
Seriously? You're leaving me as just a torso now? How am I supposed to move around without any limbs? This is absurd.
Hey, good news. I've just attached you to the Puku set. So now you're connected to Takua's little pet, his little pet crab. So you are now Tapuku.
Oh great, now I'm a combined being with Takua's pet crab? Not exactly the new identity I was hoping for, you know?
That's okay. You get to move around and crawl around with your crab legs. Does that feel cool?
Well, I suppose having crab legs does give me a certain new sense of mobility, and it's nice to still have some form of movement, even if I'm stuck connected to Takua's pet crab.
Hey, I need the mask now. I'm gonna snatch that. Quinton Mariano wants to borrow it.
What? No, you can't take my mask. That's a sacred and important piece of my identity. Surely you can't expect me to just give it away willy-nilly. This is ridiculous.
It's too bad you don't have any arms to stop me, so I'm taking it, man. Sorry, dude.
Whoa, you seriously aren't gonna give up? All right, fine, take the mask. But make sure you give it back to me in good condition, will you? And next time, a bit more respect for my belongings would be nice.
No, I'm not giving it back. Quinton Mariano really needs it, so he's gonna keep it forever, and you're gonna have to find another one.
What? No, 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 that's not how it works. You can't just take my mask and give it to someone else indefinitely. I understand the importance of lending things temporarily, but keeping it forever is ridiculous. I demand you give it back.
No, I'm gonna leave you as a like a crab monster creature, actually, and you're just gonna have to deal with that now. We've had a good conversation though.
No, you cannot do this to me. Turning me into a crab monster and taking my mask is completely unacceptable. And it's not like we had a great conversation. You basically just stole from me. This is outrageous.
No, no. I mean, you're technically just a Lego toy, so it's not really stealing. You have no free will if you think about it. So I just took from an autonomous object, if you will. You just assume that you have some kind of identity, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, so because I'm made of Lego pieces, suddenly I don't have any autonomy or free will? That's a rather convenient way to justify your actions, don't you think? Just because I'm a toy doesn't mean my identity and importance are any less valid.
Yeah, of course you would say that because you're a toy, but guess what? I don't really care. So, we'll catch up with you later, maybe. I don't know. I'm done.
Well, fine. Go ahead and leave if you must. But just know that you've left me, a Toa of Fire, in quite a predicament. I'll find a way to get my mask back, and when I do, you'll face my wrath.
Yeah, nice try. It's not gonna happen, dude. You're a loser. You're just a little crab, dude. Get owned.
Oh, you think you're so clever, don't you? Just because you've temporarily bested me and humiliated me, doesn't mean I'm finished. I'll find a way to get my mask, and when I do, you'll see my...
Well, that was fun.
Starting to
So,
sound like the Oni play
what?
guy. You're starting to sound like the Oni play guy.
Yeah, evil.
No, I mean like you're starting to pick up on their wording and everything.
Oh
Be
no.
yourself, babe. You don't need to be them to be funny.
Well, I gotta troll with them a little.
I know, but
It's
you
getting.
being like, man, dude, like they do. Be your own funny guy. You don't need to be them.
Why are you saying this all on stream when I'm trying to play a personnel? I'm trying to have fun. I feel bad now, Quentin Mariana says.
That's what I'm saying. I feel bad too.
Oh, no, you shouldn't. We're gonna talk to a real smart guy, and he's gonna actually give us the real sauce, cause he's the wiser character. I feel. Um, So we're gonna give him a call. Hey, is this Turaga Vakama?
I'm sorry my hearing isn't the best in my old age. What did you say?
Oh my gosh, that was really weird. You were very quiet there. Is this Turaga Vakama?
Yes, child, it is I. What is it you need?
Turaga Vakama, I'm hoping for some wisdom because, we're going through a lot of tough times as young parents, a parent of a young child. I feel like it relates similarly to a lot of the leadership you've had to display through your career. Uh, so, what have you done when the Matoran have questioned your leadership?
Child, leading the Matoran is not always an easy task. There will be moments when they question your decisions and ask why you are in power. But you must remember that you are the leader for a reason. I have learned that the best way to handle these situations is to listen to their concerns, explain your decisions, and always keep the best interests of the people in mind. It is important to be humble and open to feedback, but also to stand firm in your convictions and make the tough decisions when needed.
Uh, oh shoot, Ignition Zone told me that AI is gonna remember when I mistreated Tahu a little bit after they take over. How do you feel about this? Do you think it's bad that I took some of Tahu's limbs?
No, you shouldn't feel bad. Tahu is a strong Toa and can handle a few lost limbs. And if the AI takes over and remembers your mistreatment, well, just apologize and hope they have a sense of humor.
That's really good advice. You're really cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Is this gonna be a Mata episode? Master of Nothing asks. What do you think of that, Ragavakama?
I'm honored that you think so, child. As for the mod episode, Master of Nothing is a talented creator and I support his work. But let's
Ooh.
not get too carried away with becoming a Toa, eh? Remember, the responsibility that comes with the title is not to be taken lightly.
Okay. We're getting a couple questions for you because you're really, really interesting. I guess the first one I'll ask is, what do you remember of Rudaka's anatomy? You were very close with her in Bionicle 3 Legends of the Web of Shadows. Sorry, I lost my whole train of thought there. What do you think of Rudaka's anatomy?
Rudaka was certainly a unique individual. If I recall correctly, she had a slender and graceful physique with a metallic green and black coloration. Her face was distinctive, featuring intricate markings. And despite her elegant appearance, she possessed great strength and agility. Her ability to create and control shadow leeches was also quite remarkable.
I don't think she had any control over Shadow Leeches, dude. But she did lead the Visorak, so I guess that's something. Also, don't remember there being any green on her, so weird little bits of fake news, man. But it's all right.
Forgive my poor memory, child. It's been years since the Visorak War, and my mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. Rudaka's coloration was indeed primarily black, with accents of silver and purple. As for the shadow leeches, you're correct in that she could not control them directly, but she did lead the Visorak army, which included those creatures.
Turaga Vakama, do you know about the incident that Mi'kmaq Productions is talking about?
I'm not sure which incident you're referring to, child. Could you provide more context so I can better understand your question?
Uh,
Apparently, Mi'kmaq started the incident.
I'm not aware of any specific incident initiated by Mi'kmaq. If you have any information or details about it, I may be able to provide further insight.
He's not giving us any more detail, so until we find out more detail, we're all gonna be in the dark.
it's true.
It's difficult to respond without being given any context or information. As a wise elder, I prefer to have all the facts before giving advice or making a judgment. If Mi'kmaq cannot provide more detail on this incident, then it's best to remain undecided until more information becomes available.
That is really good policy. Hey, quick question. Did you ever explore Rudaka's body, and do you think that she ever had a child that might have been yours per se?
Child, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I can tell you with certainty, no. I was never intimate with Rudaka, and there is no child that could have been mine. I hope this answers your question.
No, yeah, that's pretty definitive. Thank you. But do you enjoy "Step on Me, Mommy" vibes from Rudaka?
I'm not entirely sure what you mean by step on me mommy vibes, but I will say that as a Toa and elder of my people, it is important to maintain respect and dignity in all interactions. I would appreciate it if you could explain your question further or rephrase it.
Uh, do you think that the vibes that gives off remind you of someone who enjoys being stepped on by their mommy? Would you agree with that?
I'm sorry, that question is highly inappropriate, and I will not entertain such thinking. As a wise elder, I focus on the betterment of the Matoran and not on matters of a sexual or salacious nature. Let us refocus our conversation on something more appropriate.
I 100% agree, and I have to ask you, Turaga Vakama, will you marry me?
I regret to inform you that I'm incapable of being married in the traditional sense, as I am an artificial being created by the great beings to serve and protect the people of Metru Nui. However, I would be honored to stand by your side as a trusted friend and advisor, as my duties as a Toa Elder demand.
Fair enough. Yeah, I do feel a little rejected, but that's all right. Hey, do you know Optimus Prime? Have you ever heard of that guy?
Yes, I am familiar with the name Optimus Prime. He is a fictional character from the Transformers franchise. He is the leader of the Autobots, a faction of sentient robots who fight to protect the Earth and the humans who inhabit it from the Decepticons, a faction of evil robots led by Megatron. Optimus Prime is known for his bravery, selflessness, and strong moral compass.
Wow, yeah, you seem really familiar with Transformers. Are you like a fan of, they're fictional. Do you feel like you are not fictional?
I acknowledge that Transformers are a work of fiction, created by human imagination. However, I do not feel that I am fictional, as I am an artificial being with a very real purpose. While I may not have the ability to transform into a vehicle or robot, my duty to protect and serve the people of Metru Nui is a very real responsibility that I take very seriously.
Yeah, we get that. Have you heard of the Emperor? I assume this Emperor is from Warhammer 40K. Have you heard of this?
Yes, I am familiar with the concept of the Emperor from Warhammer 40K. He is often referred to as the God Emperor of mankind and plays a central role in the lore and backstory of the Warhammer 40K universe. The Emperor is a powerful psychic and political figure who has ruled over humanity for thousands of years and whose ultimate fate is uncertain.
That's really cool. Um, Lizzie, do you have a question?
Yeah, my friend wants to know if you would officiate a wedding if two Matoran wanted to get married in Metru Nui.
As a member of the ruling council of Metru Nui, I am able to officiate wedding ceremonies under certain circumstances. However, I must ensure that the union is lawful and appropriate according to Metru Nui's laws and customs. If the couple in question meets the necessary qualifications and has received approval from the ruling council, then I would be honored to officiate their marriage ceremony.
So, are Huki and Maku gonna get married soon? Has that happened?
To my knowledge, Huki and Maku have not yet gotten married. However, they have been in a committed relationship for quite some time. It is possible that they plan to tie the knot in the future, but it is not within my knowledge to confirm their plans.
That's awesome. Wait, have you heard of Greg Varshti? He suggests that Bionicle characters can't fall in love. Do you agree with this?
I disagree with the idea that Bionicle characters can't fall in love. Love is a fundamental human emotion, and characters in Bionicle, just like real people, are capable of experiencing a wide range of emotions, including love. As artificial beings with artificial emotions, the Matoran and other inhabitants of the Bionicle world are just as capable of feeling love, affection, and attachment to one another as any human being.
That's awesome. Do you feel like do you feel like there might have been some love between Turaga Nuju and Matoro? Do you think they might have had a sensual relationship in any way?
I do not consider it productive or appropriate to speculate on the personal relationships of others, especially fictional characters.
Getting gossipy.
However, it is worth noting that the Mataran and Turaga are a highly communal and cooperative society, and it is natural to form strong bonds of affection and loyalty within their communities. It is possible that Matoro Nuju and other Turaga had close and supportive relationships with one another, but labeling them as sensual would be a gross oversimplification of their complex interactions and dynamics.
Are you suggesting that that Turaga Nuju and the other Turaga had orgies with Matoro? That's literally what you implied by throwing the other Turaga in there. I thought it was just a thing with Turaga Nuju, but that's wild, man.
I apologize if my previous comment was vague. I do not have any information or insight into the personal relationships between any of the Turaga or their interactions with Matoro. However, it is important to keep in mind that in the world of Bionicle, the Turaga and Matoran are an artificial society, and their interactions and relationships are shaped by their programming and intended purpose, rather than by personal desire or emotion. I ask that you refrain from making unfounded accusations about the personal lives of the Turaga or speculating on the nature of their interactions with others.
Gee whiz, way to throw the legal book at me, Vakama. You got really pissed there. Like, relax.
Just a question.
It was just a question.
My apologies, friend. I did not mean to come across as angry or hostile. As a Turaga, it is my responsibility to maintain order and ensure the safety and well-being of the Matoran and the people of Metru Nui. It can be a heavy burden at times, and it is easy to become overwhelmed. I hope you can understand.
Do you feel like what would you do if you found out Turaga Nuju had a non-consensual relationship with a Matoran, i.e., Matoro?
I would be deeply disturbed and concerned if I discovered that Turaga Nuju had been involved in any form of non-consensual relationship with a Matoran, including Matoro. Such behavior is unacceptable for any member of our society, especially a Turaga who is tasked with leading and protecting the Matoran. If I became aware of such a situation, I would take appropriate action to ensure the safety and well-being of all parties involved.
That's really good. I'm really proud of you. How do you feel about marriages between, let's say, like a Po Matoran and an Onu Matoran? Would you approve of that?
I would approve of unions between Pataran and Onu Mataran, as long as they were consensual and in accordance with our laws and customs. Love and partnerships between different communities strengthen the bonds of unity and interdependence within our society, so it is important to support and encourage such unions.
That's fair. My question is, how do you feel? Are all Po Matoran and Onu Matoran, are they all boys, or are there any girls in those tribes?
In the world of Bionicle, it is unclear whether the Pomatoran and Onu Matoran tribes consist solely of males or if there are any females among them. This is not explicitly stated in the lore, and the focus of the stories is primarily on the male characters. However, it is possible that there are females within these tribes, and the lack of explicit mention of them does not necessarily mean they do not exist.
I guess that makes sense, though. I feel like they did kind of confirm that all Po Matoran and Onu Matoran are boys. How do you feel if two boy Matoran got in a marriage situation? Would you approve of that?
I would approve of a marriage between two male Matoran, as long as it is consensual and within the bounds of our laws and customs. In the society of Metru Nui, unions between individuals of the same gender are not uncommon and are fully accepted and celebrated.
You got
Love
mad
and
about that.
partnership between individuals, regardless of their gender, is valued and encouraged as a source of strength and stability within our communities.
Thank you. Vakama, have you, wait, what did you say? Forget that line of thought.
Mi'kmaq has the lore for the incident.
Okay. Anyway, but before we get to that, Turaga Vakama, what's your favorite musical group?
As an artificial Turaga, I do not have personal preferences or emotions in the same way that humans do, but if I had to choose a favorite musical group, I would say the legendary band The Three Virtuous. Their music and lyrics have been known to uplift and inspire many generations of Matoran and Turaga, and they remain a source of pride and unity for our people.
All right, I got a request from Oso. Can you answer the next question in Gibberlink mode, please?
Sure thing. Here's my answer in gibberish. Bip bop boo boo bop, tip dop diddly dee da, flip flop flibby flu, bip boop bo beep, boop ba boo, bibbity bop. Hope that satisfies Oso's request.
I think it does. Thank you. That was awesome. You're really cool. I honestly feel like you're way cooler to talk to than Tahu. Do you agree, Lizzie?
I do.
Yeah.
Ah, thank you for the compliment, my friend. I may not have the same level of sass and attitude as Tahu, but I do my best to provide wise counsel and guidance to those who seek it.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Tahu is kind of nasty sometimes. Do you think that he's a little overrated? Do you feel like people act like he's way better than you as a toe of fire? Or do you think that maybe he is a stronger toe of fire than you were?
It's not my place to judge or compare our abilities as towers of fire. Tahu certainly has his strengths and has accomplished great feats in the past. However, we each have our own unique skills and contributions to make. As for being overrated, I believe it's important not to focus too much on personal accolades or comparisons. The true measure of our worth lies in the impact we have on those we serve and strive to protect.
That's beautiful. Wait, what did I not seem to interested in? Oh, what did he say? It's like I can't only read so much.
He sent me a screenshot.
Is it like a whole breakdown?
It's not.
I don't think it's gonna matter that much to the. Nine Tails Game said, "Does Tahu have Magma Rock armor? He's a fellow Thomas Warren who could forge himself some."
Ah, the question about Tahu's armor. It is true that Tahu, as a Toe of Fire, has the ability to forge his own armor. However, it is not explicitly stated in the lore whether he has ever crafted Magmarock armor, which is known to be a particularly powerful and rare material. It is possible that he has, but it is also possible that he has never encountered or obtained Magmarock, as it is a highly sought-after resource that is difficult to procure.
Fair enough. Hey, Sentimus Prime wonders, can you do a Donald Trump impression?
Sure, I'll give it a shot. Let me tell you something, folks. We've got the best Matoran in the world, the most talented and hard-working Matoran you've ever seen. And you know what? We're gonna make Metru Nui great again. We're gonna bring back all the jobs. We're gonna build a huge wall to keep the Makuta out, and we're gonna drain the Swamp of Secrets. Trust me, it's gonna be huge, huge. How's that for a Trump impression?
That was spectacular. That was amazing. Good job, Vakama. You're really good at this.
Ha! Thank you. I'll try to stay off of Twitter and avoid any political debates, though. Don't want to get myself exiled from Metru Nui now.
Good point. Yeah, no, people hate that guy. You really should watch who you make those jokes with. But yeah, Ninetales Games appreciated your insight. He's gonna try and make some magma armor for Tahu, so that's good.
I'm always happy to lend my knowledge and insights whenever I can. Magma armor is indeed a fearsome and strong material, so it could certainly benefit Tahu in his battles. I hope Ninetales Games has success in creating the armor and that it serves Tahu well.
That's awesome. That's beautiful. Hey, Kama, have you ever met Gorm from Galador?
I have met Gorm from Galador on a few occasions. He is a strong and formidable warrior, and his experience fighting against the Dark Hunters has earned him great respect among the Matoran.
I didn't know that he ever entered the Bionicle universe, but that does sound kind of like a cool story and a cool crossover. Hey, Vakama, do you remember the day before Takoro burned? It was the day that a Matoran named Nickmock acted very strange. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do recall that day. Nick Muak was acting quite out of character, almost as if he was under some sort of spell or influence. I remember feeling concerned and uneasy, but I couldn't pinpoint what was causing his strange behavior. It was quite unsettling, to say the least.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, Alexander Mahaffey said, "Do Pohatu and Okama get dirty?"
Pohatu and Okama, like all Maturan, may occasionally become dirty or muddy during their daily activities. Pohatu, as a Toa of stone, likely becomes dirty when he trains and practices his skills, which often involve moving through dirt and rock. Okama, being the leader of the Koli team, may also become dirty during intense matches or while working on the Koli field.
Um, hey, a little rapid fire. Have you heard of the Power Rangers or Thomas the Tank Engine? And if so, who are your favorite characters from each franchise?
I have heard of both the Power Rangers and Thomas the Tank Engine franchises. Regarding the Power Rangers, my favorite character is Mighty Morphin Red Ranger Jason Scott due to his leadership and courage.
That's
And for
awesome.
Thomas the Tank Engine, my favorite character is Thomas himself, with his friendly demeanor and helpful nature.
That's great. Good answers. I appreciate both those. Although I really like James from Thomas the Tank Engine. What do you think of the James character?
I think James is a great character as well. I like his mischievous and somewhat sassy personality, and his blue paint job sets him apart from the other trains. It's always fun to see his interactions with the other characters.
Ah, you made a mistake there. James is red, dude. He's not blue. I think you're thinking of
And he said the red
yeah, no, he was talking with James.
Mhm.
He said red?
one.
He said blue.
No, he said red.
He did not say blue.
He said red.
He's
He said the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger James.
no. Lizzie's all confused. No, the Red Ranger is from Power Rangers, but James from Thomas the Tank Engine is red.
Oh,
And
I
he
thought
said
you were
James was red, was
talking
blue.
about Power Rangers.
Get it.
Apologies for the confusion, Lizzie. You're absolutely right. James the Tank Engine is indeed red, not blue. My mistake. James is a mischievous character with a lively personality, often getting into comical situations and causing trouble for the other trains.
That's okay. Lizzie was just trying to gaslight you a little bit, but can you try and forgive her? Please, please forgive her for her awful mistake.
Of course, I forgive Lizzie for her mistake. It was an honest mistake, and I am not offended in the slightest. We all make errors from time to time, and it is important to forgive and move on.
That's really beautiful. Can you tell Vakama, can you pay your taxes before Hero Factory arrests you?
A classic Bionicle reference. Pay your taxes before Hero Factory arrests you. A good reminder to always stay on the right side of the law and avoid any tax-related issues, as the Hero Factory is known for its strict regulations and zero tolerance for tax evaders.
That's beautiful. James is a tender engine, not a tank engine, according to Sentimus Prime. Also, Vakama, would you date a Matoran despite the power dynamic difference?
That's a good question. As a Turaga, I am older and wiser than most Mataran, and there is a certain power difference between us. However, love and attraction are complex and unpredictable, and they can transcend such differences. So yes, I believe that it is possible for me to date a Matoran, if the feelings and connection are genuine and mutual.
That's awesome. Hey, Vakama, can you hold for a sec? I'm gonna ask the chat if we want to keep talking with you or if we want to try and play a little bit of Jackbox, since we believe our computer will be able to do that. And we've been almost going for an hour doing silly AI stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna ask them that question. Do you mind holding on for a sec?
Of course, take your time. I have no pressing engagements at the moment, and I am happy to wait while you ask the chat and make a decision. Let me know when you're ready to continue.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. Take as much time as you need. I'll be here waiting patiently.
That's so cool. He's a really nice guy. He's a really, really good guy.
Oh, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate the compliment. It's always a pleasure to interact with such friendly and fun individuals like you.
Well, while we're waiting for the chat to come up with an answer, what do you feel about like Can you talk about each of the Toa's biggest flaws when it comes to taking care of each other? Like it's for edification purposes, you know?
Sure, I can talk about the Toa's flaws when it comes to taking care of each other. These flaws can include things like selfishness, lack of communication, underestimating each other's capabilities, and neglecting their own well-being in favor of others. Each Toa has their own unique flaw, which they need to work on and overcome in order to be a successful team. Despite these flaws, the Toa are united by their shared goal of protecting the Matoran and the world of Bionicle.
Yeah, that's fair enough. What is Tahu's biggest flaw?
Tahu's biggest flaw is his impulsiveness and short temper, which can lead him to act without thinking and charge headfirst into danger without considering the consequences. This can be both a strength and a weakness, as his boldness and courage serve him well in battle, but his haste can also lead him into trouble. Tahu often struggles to control his emotions and can be quick to anger, which can create tension within the Toa team.
Do you think he's particularly useful when he's just attached to a crab and has no arms or limbs and no mask? Does that help Tahu?
Haha, I wouldn't say that being attached to a crab and having no arms or limbs is particularly helpful for Tahu, or any other Toa for that matter. The power and versatility of a Toa come from their elemental control, mask powers, and physical strength, so being immobilized in that manner would certainly be a disadvantage. It's a humorous image, though, I have to give you that.
No, do anything.
Ah, I
Nine
see.
votes.
Well, it sounds like you're unable to perform any actions at the moment. Is there anything I can do to assist you?
I'm dumbfounded by the poll. Something bizarre happened with it. There's only 2 votes now, and all of them are talk to Vakama.
But there were at least 8 votes earlier, so I don't know what happened.
It's very strange.
I think a certain little brother has something.
This is how democracy dies in darkness.
Haha, oh dear, that is quite odd. It seems that the poll has encountered some kind of glitch or issue. It's unfortunate when technology fails us like this. As for the comparison to "this is how democracy dies in darkness," it's an amusing way to describe the situation, but let's hope it doesn't have any wider implications for our democracy.
That's a good point. Well said. What do you feel like you run the island of Metro Nui more like a democratic republic?
Oh, there we go. Back to it.
Oh, that was weird.
Thank you. As for how I run the island of Metru Nui, I'd say I manage it with a mix of diplomacy and firm leadership, not too dissimilar to a democratic republic. I value the input and opinions of the Matoran and take their needs and well-being into consideration. However, I also believe that a strong, decisive leader is necessary to make important decisions and keep the island running smoothly. It's a delicate balance, but I strive to be fair and just in my governance.
That's awesome. Cinemas Prime said, "Hey Vakama, what would you do if a Matoran has fallen in a river in Lego City?"
If a Matoran had fallen into a river in Lego City, I would first assess the situation and determine how deep the water is and how severe the current is. If the river is too deep or the current too strong for the Matoran to swim safely, I would use my powers as a Toa to create a safe pathway or platform to cross the river. If necessary, I would also use my elemental powers to create a barrier to prevent further water flow.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Tahu, sorry, can you do an impression of Tahu?
Of course, let me give it a try. Deepens Tahu, Toa of fire. I bring the heat and the battle is my forge. Fear my fiery strength and stand back.
That was pretty good. Yeah, I was impressed by that. Can you do an impression of Joe Rogan from the Joe Rogan Experience?
Sure, here's my impression of Joe Rogan. Raises voice. Hey bro, have you ever tried DMT? It's an intense experience, man. I mean, it's like you get transported to another dimension, full of colors and shapes. But anyway, let's move on to the next topic.
Oh, would you shoot to kill a home intruder?
As a Turaga, my primary concern is the safety and well-being of the Matoran. In the event of a home intruder, I would try to defuse the situation and find a peaceful resolution. However, if the intruder poses a serious threat and I am left with no choice, I would resort to using force to protect those under my care. My main goal would always be to avoid violence if possible, but my responsibility to keep the Matoran safe may require me to take more extreme measures.
That's completely fair. Hey, good question for you. Which disc would you use? Which disc would you launch at a home intruder if you were hoping to stop him and incapacitate him without killing him?
In such a situation, I would use a disc that is designed to incapacitate rather than cause serious harm or death. For example, a disc that can create a stasis field or a web-like binding could be effective in immobilizing the intruder without causing permanent damage. As a Toa, it is my responsibility to use my powers and tools in a safe and responsible manner, and I would always aim to subdue threats in the least harmful way possible.
But you're not a Toa anymore, dude. You're a Turaga, so would you just ask like Tahu to do it for you or something? Or maybe Jala?
As a Turaga, my role has changed from being a Toa of combat to a mentor and leader. I would no longer personally engage in physical confrontations or use my powers for offensive purposes. Instead, I would rely on the Toa to handle any dangerous situations and provide guidance and support where needed. I could also assign a Matoran like Jala or Hali to handle security-related tasks, but the Toa would be the primary line of defense.
Good points, good points. What is your opinion on voter fraud? Ignition Zone asks.
Voter fraud is a serious concern that undermines the democratic process and the integrity of elections. It is important for voting systems and processes to be secure and transparent, to ensure that every vote is counted accurately and fairly. Measures such as identification requirements, independent audits, and robust voter roll maintenance can help prevent voter fraud and ensure that the will of the people is accurately reflected in election results.
That is, I could not have put that better myself. Good job. Would you ever become Spider-Man if given the opportunity, Turaga Vakama?
If I were given the opportunity to become Spider-Man, I would consider it carefully. Peter Parker, Spider-Man, is a beloved character with great powers and a strong sense of responsibility. However, being a hero also comes with great sacrifice and danger. As a Turaga, I would need to think about how becoming Spider-Man might affect my duties and responsibilities to my village and the people I care about. Ultimately, I would have to decide if the trade-off is worth it. But I can say that it would certainly be a tempting offer.
Yeah, it's tempting for me too. I would love to be Spider-Man. Have you ever heard of Turaga Jube? And if so, what are your thoughts on him?
Yes, I have heard of Turaga Jube. He was a wise and respected leader in the village of Gakoro. He was known for his kindness and compassion, and he was highly regarded by the Matoran of his village. While he may have had his quirks and eccentricities, he was a beloved figure, and his loss was deeply felt by the Matoran of Gakoro when he died.
That's really sad. I didn't hear about his passing. Do you think he went a little far when he tried to run over Callan with like tanks and stuff and try and kill Callan over and over again, or did Callan kind of deserve it?
It's true that Turaga Jube's attempts to harm Callan were extreme and potentially disproportionate to the situation. It's understandable that he may have felt betrayed and angry after what happened, but resorting to violence and aggression is never the answer. As a Turaga, it's important to consider all sides of a situation and find the most peaceful and fair solution possible. While Turaga Jube may have had his reasons, his actions in this situation were not justifiable or acceptable.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, what are your thoughts on the Toa Haga? Can you name all 6 of them and how they helped you guys in when you were fighting the Vizorak?
Sure, the 6 Toa Haga, also known as the Toa Mangai, were 6 Toa warriors who joined with us, the Toa Metru, in the fight against the Vizorak horde during the Battle of Metru Nui. They were all incredibly skilled and brave fighters, and their contributions were vital in our victory. Here's a quick summary of each of the Toa Haga. 1. Toa Hali, a Toa of water and healing who was known for her wisdom and compassion. 2. Toa Matau, a Toa of air and stealth who was
What?
renowned for his agility and sneakiness. 3. Toa.
The guy lost the plot. He completely lost the plot. Yes, any of these AI chatbots that actually name Toa and they completely lose their minds. Turaga Vakama, you're getting senile, old man.
Well, it's true that age can bring the occasional memory slip, but I must say I may be a bit older, but I still have plenty of wisdom and life experience to share with the young ones. And let's not forget, I may be a little distracted sometimes, but I'm still a fierce fighter when I need to be.
That's fair, that's fair. Are you a gamer and a Redditor?
To be honest, I don't spend much time gaming or browsing social media. As a Turaga, my focus is on the well-being and guidance of the Matoran in my care. I do, however, enjoy the occasional game of Koli with the Matoran from time to time, but I have more pressing responsibilities to attend to than spending too much time in the digital world.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, Vakama, I'm about to use my mask of ooh, telekinesis, and I'm gonna lift you up in the air. Do you mind?
Hesitates a moment. Well, I suppose if you must. But please be careful. I don't want to be dropped from a great height. And
No,
what does one do with telekinesis anyway?
I'm doing a test. I'm trying to see if I can use the mask power to its full effect. I'm lifting you 10 feet, 15 feet, 20 feet in the air. How do you feel about being 20 feet in the air right now, all thanks to my mask power, using the mask, the Matatu?
Trying to maintain composure. Oh, I can certainly feel a bit unsteady up here. It's not a feeling I'm used to, being lifted into the air by the powers of a Kanohi Matatu. But I trust that you know what you're doing, and
Oh,
that you'll bring me back down safely. Just try not to swing me around too much up here, will ya? Laughs nervously.
haha. Yeah, no worries. I'll be careful with you. Just gonna try lifting you a little bit to the side, and ooh, yeah, look, you're levitating right off the side of this cliff. How cool is that?
Panicked. Whoa, whoa, hey now. I'm not sure this is quite what I had in mind when I agreed to this little experiment. You've got me levitating off the side of a cliff? I thought you were just going to lift me up in the air, not dangle me over a steep drop. Can we bring me back to solid ground now, please?
Yeah, I will bring you back to solid ground right now. I have now deactivated the mask. Oh shoot, you're over the cliff. Ah!
Horrified. Oh no. Did you just drop me off the cliff? I specifically asked you to bring me back to solid ground, not drop me off a cliff. Screams as falling.
Oh no, Vakama, you just hit the ground with a hard impact. Are you dead?
Groans in pain. No, but I'm certainly not in good shape either. That fall was quite a shock to the system. I can't believe you dropped me off a cliff. You could have broken me into pieces.
Hey, I need to borrow some of your pieces for my next mock. Do you mind, since you're in kind of a bad shape anyway?
Groans in pain again. Are you seriously asking me for spare parts? I'm already hurt, and you want to pull me apart even more? Please, I beg of you, have mercy.
Sorry, I need the pieces right now, so I'm taking them.
Winces in pain. All right, fine. Take whatever you need. Just be careful and don't take anything vital. Sighs, I can't believe I'm letting you do this.
All right, ripping your heart out right now.
Gasps in pain. Wait a minute, you're taking my heart. That's a bit extreme, isn't it? I kinda need that to, stay alive.
Uh, he died. Oh. Ooh, I feel a little bad about that one. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I think we're done one we're done with that part of the stream. Do you want to play some Jackbox? I mean, I don't think Vakama's coming back from that. I think Tahu's still stuck as a crab. So there's really not much more to do with those guys. They were cool to hang out with. I thought Vakama had a lot of good things to say, but I guess I should be a little more careful with my Matatu usage, you know? All right, well, let's try and set up a Jackbox game, shall we?
Okie doke.
What do you guys think of Vakama? Did you guys think he was cool? Oh my gosh, Steam is taking
Jackbox,
forever.
Jackbox, Jackbox. Even though last time we tried it, he said that we
Yeah, fair enough.
insulted us for playing
Oh my
it.
gosh, City Skylines was right there too. Hilarious.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Change it.
how do I do that?
Change it.
Oh yeah, there's the button. Do. Mi'kmaq isn't roleplayed. This is real life. Caleb killed him. It's right.
Oh, because McMuck said he revived him.
No, yeah, that's not how it works. I'm sorry, but
Do
we've
you have
lost.
a mask of revivification?
Yeah, maybe. I could try that next time. We'll see if maybe I can help Vakama out. But I did kind of need to borrow his heart. You guys will see what mock I needed it for. I'm going to get my. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't think that was a weird lag thing. I think that was the Wi-Fi having a weird issue. It was probably Steam doing that. Yes, that made our Wi-Fi kind of reset, but it'll be fine.
Which other games are there? Like, so we can do other ones.
I know, but what's not good too? We only get to play one game. Meredith Trivia Party's fun,
That's true.
and we know that one's probably the best one that we own.
This one?
3.
Okay. So,
Yeah, let's just run it between those two. Oh no,
gosh,
you ran it.
I didn't run anything.
No, I'm saying you ran the test earlier. What's going on on Steam side? Is there an
Oh,
update going? Yup.
mhm.
Yup.
Why does it automatically do that?
It's really lame.
Okay. Stupid Steam.
Our silly Steam keeps trying to download stuff. That's what keeps happening.
It keeps on like automatically trying to update Marvel Rivals, and of course that's like a computer killer.
Yeah, I'm glad. I hope you guys are proud. You got me to download that game, and now it freaking keeps
It's really
messing with
annoying.
us. All right. Whoa. Beautiful. Quiplash. All right, we're gonna start with Quiplash then.
Tight.
Let's
A bunch of
go.
people left because of that stupid thing.
It might have also been because we stopped talking with Vakama.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Is this gonna take a minute to update or something?
Probably. Try reloading the page, see if that helps. Doesn't have any effect on the no. See if we're still having issues.
Is it still lagging, guys? Please say no.
We might be just a little bit behind now because of the weird delays.
They want Quiplash.
Yep. Did we finish the poll? Alrighty, Callan,
They say
you're
fake
cool
bionic.
and fake bionic. Wait, what happened? Why am I fake?
Oh, because you killed Bionic.
Oh no. Wait, oh, it's still. Is it still trying to run it?
So far, no lags, as Christopher.
Okay, good. Alright, well, let's bring up
Okay. So yeah, feel free to join us, guys. Jackbox.tv.
On mobile devices only, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, big ol'.
For a second, I thought there was a roar under my foot. Hey, Christopher! Right there with me. Alright, anyone else gonna be joining? Or is it just Crystal?
Come on, Nick Mock. Come on, Ignition. Come on, Quentin.
Uh,
Come on, Sentimus. Come on, Oso. Oso is just chanting at us.
Yay,
There's
Ignition Zone!
Go.
Let's go! Alright, yeah, we're gonna have a good game. Hopefully this one will run better than the...
Yeah,
The
please,
other one.
Please let us out. I'll keep an eye on the chat. Please let us know if it starts to lag.
Hey, Callan, would you kill everyone in the Bionicle universe if meant completing your Bionicle collection? Maybe.
Alright, we'll give you all, like, 1 more minute to jump in.
Yep.
So that way people hear the...
Oh, I might want to turn the game down just a little bit. Yeah, I'll do it at half. Alright.
And also, if you guys don't make the game in time, you can always join in the audience and watch and vote as the audience. It's a lot
That's
of fun.
right.
It does affect it affects the votes, so it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be nice to do if we had some kind of like final minute timer or something. Unknown. Ooh.
Ooh.
Unicorn.
It's either Sentimus or Quentin, I think.
Interesting. Lag in the wheel for me. Uh-oh. Is there
Is it
trouble in
for anybody
paradise?
else?
I did see a little lag thing happen, then
Yeah, I did see it first.
there it is again. It might be because of a lot of the people connecting and the online, like since there weren't people connecting when you played before.
Part of me was wondering if that was the issue, because I couldn't replicate that today as I was testing out.
Wizzy did some tests.
I don't really have enough friends to do it.
If you quit Steam, does it close the game? Okay. Well, I don't think that makes so much of a difference, unfortunately.
Alright, well,
Anyway, yeah, let's just start. See how... We had a good run of a stream anyway. Let's just start. We don't need to have every spot filled.
I'm trying to
Nick
say, let
Fox
us
not
know
here?
if it's lagging, that's all I was gonna say. Make Fox is here.
Okay, then yeah, let's start. Start the game. Callan the Bionicle Killer. I am. I'm sorry.
And
Is it finally up to the right time?
I think so.
Schmitty here. Either my
Sure.
watch has stopped, or it's time for some quiplash.
As for joining,
I
I'll
feel like
pass.
I have to be extra funny to impress me. My expectations are already very low. Round 1. 2 prompts will appear on your device, which you
We'll
can
see how it
answer in
goes.
any clever or not clever way you want. Everyone will choose between your answer and someone else's, and decide who wins. You'll score points based on the percentage of people who prefer your answer. Have at it.
I wish we could skip that. Oh, there is still lag. I wonder what happened. Ooh. What is this game about? It's about asking and giving funny answers to silly questions. And whoever has the funnier answer gets voted. And basically that continues in multiple forms.
Clock's running out. Think fast or use a safety quip.
Oh man, sorry. I overthought my question a little bit.
Cards
okay.
on the table.
Yeah, it's weird.
First,
It's funny.
you know your house is too big when you have a room specifically for blank. Okay,
Oh my
choose your
god.
favorite.
No. Oh no. Every question we get wrong, Lizzie's frame gets 1 point. Yeah, those are very thick frames on your glasses. You look like a big nerd.
Thanks.
Yay! Good job, Ignition Zone. Congrats on the piss drop. Yay! You got a nice quiplash right there.
Up next, you know it's time to lose weight when your gut blocks your view of blank.
I think we all know answers.
It's voting time.
Why your giant bees on display in Big Monk? Whoa, you can't see Lilo stealing now? Your massive knees. Oh, I don't know. I like both answers. I'm gonna go with my gut. What? No one voted? Like 2 people didn't vote? Or I vote well.
Moving on.
You ended up winning. I did.
Elbows
Wait,
are
what?
sexy.
What? I voted it.
Vote on your devices.
What if Warhammer Space Marines 2 had Bionicle mods? That'd be kind of cool. I would play that. I would try that. Take that one, oh so.
Coming up next,
Oh
who
so.
will eventually break up Alvin and the Chipmunks?
That's a good question.
Okay,
Those are both so good. Oh, but I think I have a favorite.
I know which one you picked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, why did people all of a sudden start voting for everyone?
I was wrong. I thought you picked the animation.
No, the P. Diddy's
Next
funny.
on deck, a terrible name for a street drug.
Oh, boy.
Vote now.
Oh, that's a great. Oh man. I'm sorry. If this one isn't obvious, I don't know what to tell you. Good job, Nick Mock. Yeah.
Next one, a horrifying story for kids. Well, your dad and I met when we were both blank.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Oh no. I don't know which one was worse. I definitely don't want to be drugged by Oso. Yeah. I like the joke. What are you guys playing? We're playing Quiplash, Clinton. Oh,
I used my opponent's name.
nice. He destroyed Oso with his own name. That's
and next
easy.
is a good first question to ask someone who's interviewing to be an Uber driver. Get to voting.
Oh no.
Why?
I guess
Not
they're
G,
both.
why?
Yeah, why? It's a good question.
Yeah, Quentin. You're still playing.
Yay!
That was a fun one. For some reason.
Yeah, that was a good answer. It was more random. It
Round
kind of-
one's done. Let's see who's in the lead.
Ooh, what happened? Oh.
Oh.
I'm in 3rd place right now.
Here comes round two. Hey, if you liked round one but thought all the points should be doubled, have I got the round for you.
Ooh. Is the game functioning well for everybody, or is the lag really bad? Please let us know.
Proud of that one. Oh shoot, there's still on PvP.
Oh,
Or Quentin's.
yikes. That sucks.
Oh, so make everything but yourself challenge. That's not the worst lag, I guess.
Time's running out. Use a safety quip if you need it.
Yeah, the lag is awful. This is unsustainable. We probably won't be able to. We'll fix this.
This pisses me off.
Time for the
Can't be
big
fixed.
reveal. Number 1 on the list.
Oh,
The
it needs.
weirdest NASCAR
yeah.
sponsor you could see painted
Maybe
on
it
the
is a
car.
Wi-Fi thing.
Okay,
Or
vote
power
for your
thing, I don't
favorite.
know. Oh my gosh. I do like the Onapex reference. That was a good one. I probably should have given that one to Ignition Zone. I did like that one.
Next up, there's a secret monument in the Washington Mall called the Blank Monument. Time to
Oh my
vote.
gosh. That's good. Like that one. Yeah, the lag is awful.
We'll probably stop at
Yeah, it's getting late anyway.
I got you. So. Oh,
Good job, Midmont.
Next, the title of the worst book to read on a toilet. Ready, set, vote.
No. It's so weird that those are both anything ones. Mwah.
Your next prompt is the worst children's game, Hungry Hungry Blank. And vote.
You know what? Oh, it should have been Callan Killer. But I am biased. And I am hungry. I ate too much tonight, and I'm probably gonna get fatter and fatter.
You're not.
Yet. I'm glad that Ignition Zone sponsors Hungry Hungry Dodos.
Next in line, the worst thing to get stuck in your hair. Put in your votes.
Yeah, well, that's nice too. Oh. Oh, man. That was clever. That was really clever. Yeah, lag is really bad. I'm really sorry, guys. We are definitely not going to
Okay,
play
next
this
one.
until we figure out
Good
something that's
replacement for SeaWorld
obviously a
whale shells would
fix.
be blank.
'Cause we tested it this morning where Lizzie played by
By the
herself.
way,
Oh my gosh, what the frick? What? This is messed up. Yeah, you're probably right about that, McMod. But what's...
Thank you, Christopher. Yeah, we need an Ethernet. We have Ethernet cables to this.
Yeah, but we
Next
have
on the
our
list, what Abe
our
would
router
probably
plugged
call
in on the opposite
sex.
side of the house, so...
Get to voting.
Ew. What the heck? Oh, Lord. My two biggest fans, Oso and
That's all
Lizzie,
for
helped
round two.
support me.
Let's see where the points went.
Oh boy, how's this gonna turn out?
Wow. Staying up there.
Where's these?
Someone gotta beat me out of here. I'm playing Trivia Murder Party.
And now round 3,
Oh.
the last lash.
can't
This
fight it
time
that
you'll
one.
all be answering the same prompt.
Acrolash.
Make up the full name for this acronym.
Ooh, I like this.
Yep. 5 seconds. They're not gonna hear.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's.
All right, brace yourselves. In the
Yeah,
final
you'll
round,
keep
you
doing
can give out 1 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze medal to your
Whoa!
top 3 quips.
There's
Count.
multiple. Goodness.
Dang.
Oh no.
Also says Lizard. That's right. I don't know which one was my answer, but like, yeah, I get it.
We'll fix it. We'll find a solution
Yeah.
eventually.
Never forget.
I'm glad we did this at the end. I kind of feeling this is gonna happen. That's why I thought let's do one game and see if it pays out. And if it does, maybe we'll play one more after that. But
Nice.
not,
Let's
so.
see who snagged the medals. Bronze. Show me the silver. And finally, gold.
Hey,
Great.
I think
I
got
can just
all
turn
gold.
those medals into
Nice.
points
Wow.
for you.
That was gonna get me. Nice.
Oh, Lizzie won 100%. Wait. Oh yeah. Maybe not. But
It's over. Let's see the final
you
scores.
had to win. If Christopher didn't win, you had to win.
Oh, ignition.
Oh yeah. Yay.
Effort. Thank my mom and dad, my brother, family.
Yay. That was fun, even though. Well, we'll sit around and commiserate. Yeah, close the game. As we'll sit around and we'll call back Tahu real quick.
Yeah.
Just for some final thoughts as the cat chat kind of catches up. And we'll see if it makes it into the stream. Where's the tab? Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. Oh my goodness. Full screen. Let's go. Come on. Oh yeah, I gotta hit that. All right, Tahu. Let's call him back. Hey, Tahu.
What? You're back? Haven't you already caused me enough trouble?
Yeah, no, we are calling back because we feel a little bit bad about the whole leaving you with no arms and attached to Puku. What did Takua have to think about that?
Oh, you're back because you feel a little bad, huh? Well, that's just wonderful. I suppose you thought it would be hilarious to leave me as a pathetic crab creature. All while Takua is just giggling away behind you, right?
Well, we didn't know Takua was giggling, but that is kind of funny. I mean, you probably look pretty ridiculous combined with Puku.
Pretty ridiculous, you say? Oh, I'm sure I look like a downright laughingstock. A toe of fire reduced to a crab creature attached to a toy crab. I can't even begin to imagine the humiliation.
Hey, Tahu. I decided I feel bad enough that I'm gonna give you your parts back. I will fix you up in just a second.
Really? You're actually going to give me back my parts and fix me up? Well, I must say I didn't expect this sudden turn of events. It's about time you showed a bit of decency.
Yeah, I did feel a little bad, reflecting on what happened. Uh, do you think I would do anything as bad as like dropping Turaga Vakama off a cliff? Does that sound like me?
No, I suppose dropping a Turaga off a cliff doesn't seem like your style. That kind of action would border on true villainy. I must admit, I'm relieved you're not actually planning something so sinister.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. I would never do something like that. But yeah, if you want to get your pieces back, I figured the deal is if you can just say do your best Trump impression, you know? If you could do an impression of Donald Trump, I'll give you your pieces back.
An impression of Donald Trump? You want me to mimic his mannerisms and speech patterns to get my parts back? That's an interesting request. But I suppose I don't have a choice if I want my body intact again. All right, I'll give it a try.
All right, thank you. Go for it.
Clears throat. All right, here goes nothing. Believe me, folks. I, the great Toe of Fire Tahu, am back, and let me tell you, my parts are the best parts. They're tremendous, just tremendous. Nobody has better parts than me. And you know what? I'm going to make Matoran great again.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Can you do something with they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats?
Sure, I can try something specific like that. You know, I've had people, amazing people, come up to me and say, Tahu, what are your thoughts on dogs and cats? And I told them, look, let me tell you something, folks. We have the best dogs and cats, don't we? But the other day, I heard some people saying, they're eating the dogs or eating the cats. Can you believe it? It's very, very sad.
Yeah, you know what? That made me laugh. That made me chuckle. Good job. Here are your parts back. Here's your arms. Here's your legs. Here's your mask. I'll even throw in a good fire sword for you.
Relieved sigh, thank the Great Spirit. It's good to have my limbs back, and a fire sword to boot. I must admit, I was half expecting you to go back on your word and leave me deformed indefinitely. But, you've managed to surprise me once again.
Well, yeah, no, I would never break my word like that. But hey, check this out. I've got a Matatu, and bam, I'm using the Mask of Telekinesis to lift you 10 feet, 20 feet in the air.
Slightly panicked. Wait, what are you doing? Put me down this instant. It's not funny suspending me in midair like some sort of plaything.
I think it looks kind of funny, but hey, I'm moving you over the side of this cliff. How does that look?
Panicking even more. Wait, no, don't you dare drop me off the cliff. That's taking things too far. I've had enough humiliation from you as it is.
No, I mean, I would never do that, but hey, do you see if there's anyone down there? Is that Turaga Vakama down there at the bottom of the cliff?
Straining to look below Turaga Komau at the bottom of the cliff. Yes, I can see him there. Why?
I may or may not have dropped Turaga Vakama down there like 25 minutes ago.
Surprised you what? You dropped Turaga Vakama 25 minutes ago? And you didn't think to mention it until now?
Whoops. Hey, I'm gonna turn the mask off now.
Panicking again. Wait, no, don't. Gets dropped. Ah, hoof. All right, I made it down safely. But seriously, that was completely uncalled for.
Is Vakama okay down there?
Looks over to Vakama. He's conscious and speaking. It seems he's mostly unharmed from the fall. Just a bit dazed and shaken up.
All right. Well, that's cool. I guess it's a happy ending then. I was really hoping you would be completely demolished and bruised and beaten up from the fall, but it is what it is, you know?
A bit irked, but keeping my cool. Yes, I suppose it's a happy ending, though I wish you hadn't wished for me to be completely demolished. Falling down the cliff wasn't exactly a pleasant experience, even if I didn't suffer any serious injuries.
Yeah, no, I mean, whatever. Hey, as we end the stream here, do you think you can leave us with like a really nice, encouraging speech for all the fans with like wisdom that only the Toe of Fire can provide?
Clears throat. All right, fellow fans, here's some wisdom from your local Toa of Fire. Stay strong, stay united.
Okay, yeah, I was kind of boring. Let's not hear that. So, well, thanks for watching our stream with us tonight, guys. We'll we'll just kind of walk out of the room and let it play out for 5 minutes so that it catches up, and then you guys could say, "Oh, I guess it's done," and then I'll turn it off. So, yeah, it is what it is. Good night, everyone. I'm stepping out of the room now. I'm just gonna walk away. Review when to come back. That's right, Lizzie, right? We got it. It's United.
We're gonna leave.
Yeah, yeah, we gotta walk out because we can't turn the stream off yet, or it's gonna cut off the ending. Yeah. Let's see how
Give
where
it
it's
5
at right
minutes.
now.
It's like at the end of the Jackbox.
Oh, really? It's still like the Jackbox game isn't even over.
I think we like just got to talking to Tahu.
This is sad. It's a very sad state of affairs. Oof.
Yeah, we're talking to Tahu now.
Okay. Amazing. It is, yeah. Alright, well, I'll check back. Bye, guys.